Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great, blessed day today. Beginning to go into the fall season. Leaves are starting to fall around here. Got our first capping of snow up on the mountaintop. And, just an overall feeling of pumpkins everywhere and Halloween's not too far off, and then after that come the rest of the holidays, right? It's just a rush, rush, rush all the way through, all the way through Easter, right? Yeah. So, I'm really glad. I want to thank everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing, and leaving your comments and advice and all this other good stuff. I welcome it all. I've been really busy today, so um, I'm kind of squeezing readings in. I started early in between things that I have to do, and I'm still enjoying myself, right? When you get the pressure on, that's when you do your best work. Most of us do when we got the pressure on us. So here we are, and we're here to read the Divine Feminine. And you know you're doing so awesome, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I know it too. And we are rising, and rising and rising, ascending, jumping timelines, growing. It's a beautiful thing. Change. Change is a beautiful thing. Changes of perceptions, changes of situations, change and change and change. Bring the towers, let them fall. Let's change again. Because every time we change, we get stronger, more energy. And, so now we're at the point, right, Divine Feminine, that we're looking forward to the change. We're looking forward to surrendering everything up to the universe and just living out of our heart, right? Right. Because when you live out of your heart, you just know everything's going to be okay. You have hope and you have faith, right? With hope and faith, that covers all. That covers everything. Because hope and faith are perceptions. And when you have hope and faith, God knows that. The universe knows it. Balance knows it. The earth knows it. Everybody knows it. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. To the portal. Destiny. Divine Feminine, you got destiny. Well, everybody knows what destiny is. Fate comes when you don't choose, and life chooses for you, and that will take you to fate. Destiny is when you choose your destination, and you move towards it step by step by step. And so it never comes as a surprise. Destiny is something that we plan on, we work towards, we feel something inside of us, and we push for it, and we will it into being. We fire up our sacral chakra because the sacred and destiny are one and the same, right? Anything you love, anything you have a passion for, and it's in your heart to do so, that would be sacred. And so this is all about destiny and making choices that take you to a place that you are passionate about, Divine Feminine. Going through the portal, the hatching of the egg, embracing both light and dark, male, female, above and below, embracing it all, and one giant cosmic egg. Destiny. A destination. Yeah, when you go on a trip and you have a destination, you generally plan that, right? You don't just, jump up, run out in the car, hop in and drive down the road and plan on getting there. You gotta have your wallet, you gotta have your money, you gotta have gas, you gotta have food, you gotta have a little bit of entertainment. You want your journey to last and experience and embrace it. That's like life. Experience and embrace the unexpected on your journey. Because when you have a destination, you're always going to get there. But the real, the real part is in between your start and finish, the journey, taking your time, the lessons you learn, the people you meet, what you learn from them, what you don't learn from them. I mean, it's just, and destiny is a beautiful thing, but don't never forget your journey. Now, our destiny, I just saw, we are destined to be stars in the universe. Every single one of us, when we move from this planet into the next, will step into a solar body, and I'm talking about a body that can move through the solar system. It's not necessarily such a planet like a round body. It's literally a body like a human body, but it's luminescent. And it don't have a face, and it's just a body. It doesn't have a face. It has a name and an energy, and everybody recognizes each other by their energy, not face. So this is a destiny to, and your ultimate destiny is to be a soul. That's your ultimate destiny. Because we're all souls, and we're here to bring forth the memory of the soul and the spirit, right? So somebody has a destiny, and Divine Feminine, your destiny is to, well, we're going to see, Divine Feminine, what is your destiny? What is the Divine Feminine's destiny? Sacred paths and Eight of Fire, activism, breaking free, being activated. I just put this on a short. Being activated, activism, activated. I remember some of the cartoons when I was way younger, probably in my 20s, that my kids watched. They'd holler, "Activate now!" And they'd go from being, a regular, normal human into this superhero person. And, it's so simple. We laughed at it, but think about it. If you tell yourself to activate, you're speaking over your body. You will activate. God can't do anything if we don't make a choice to do it. And that's where we come to right here, choices and destiny. Do you choose to have faith and hope and believe that you have a destiny? Yeah, that something good is waiting for you. And while you're waiting on having that something good, you slowly begin to work on yourself so that you can meet your destiny. And that's what God has done with us, Divine Feminines, huh? We've been working for a long time, years, right? Most of us have been here for years working on our spirituality, hiding it, keeping it away because, we got judged and, poked fun at and looked at strange. But we didn't hide, did we? We didn't pull back. We didn't deny that which was in us. We just wasn't able to carry it quite yet in its own power and energy, right? So what kind of destiny is this that Divine Feminine has? Oh, to be loved. No poop. To be loved. What a thought, right? Most of us are so hard working, or had been up to this point, and given our love to everybody around us. Very few of us actually held back and loved ourselves. And even those of us who did have only been doing it like in the last, I've been doing it for maybe 3 years, not quite 3 years. I cried and pouted for a long time in self-pity, so I got to be honest and authentic here. But I have learned to love myself and appreciate myself, and I hope you have too, because you're very special. You are the glue of the family. You're the one everybody comes to when they got a problem. How often do we get to run to people and tell them, oh my God, I don't know how to, or I'm having trouble with, or I could use some help at. Most of us have been alone raising our children, and if not, then, for the men who've done this, blessed be you. You're divine feminine then, right? You raised your children, you did all the motherly deeds, you're very much in touch with your divine feminine. So I'm not kicking the bucket. All I'm saying, and even if you are in touch with your divine feminine, you need to learn to love and appreciate the abundance that she brings to your family, no matter whether she is a he or a she. It doesn't matter. If you're in your divine feminine, if you're making meals, if you're making sure kids get to school, if you're helping with homework, if you're, loving, leading by example, if you are, just doing your best at your best whenever you can, then be loved. Love yourself. Love yourself for all you go through and everything, that you do for your family. Now, the fathers, are they, yes, 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 but this isn't about the fathers right now. This is about the divine feminine. This is about giving birth to self-love. Learning that you are the most important thing in your family, and that if you don't take care of you and love you like you love everybody else, then you will be depleted, frustrated, irritated, skunkinated. And that's why it's so important for you to keep your balance and take care of yourself to the best of your ability first, because you're the one that takes care of the family. You don't take care of the family first and then you, because generally, in my experience over life, after I took care of the family, I was too damn tired to take care of me. It's everything to do, just flop down somewhere and, wait for the next day to roll around. So you need to take care of you first, divine feminine. 9 of water, happiness and joy, giving birth to yourself, giving birth to it's okay to be loved, giving birth to it's okay for me to take care and pamper myself, and that doesn't mean that I'm being selfish. It means that I'm giving to myself so that later I can give to others. Whether they realize that or not doesn't matter, irrelevant. If they don't understand that, then yes, irrelevant. A lot falls on the shoulders of the mother. The kids, generally she has to work too, because people can't live off one income these days. So mom's working too, 9 times out of 10. Very few get to stay home and, clean house and take care of chores while the kids and dad are out doing the thing, school and work. There are very few mothers that get to be housewives these days. Very few. And that's a shame. That's a shame, really. Because when America lost its mothers to the workforce, we lost a hold on the goodness of our children. They were left to their own devices. And that is never good, to leave children to their own devices or to the babysitters. 7 of fire, courage facing fear. A lot are probably afraid to love themselves. It seems foreign. It seems alien. We've looked for love outside of ourselves everywhere. And a lot of us never have found it. I never felt love till I learned to love myself. And now I feel love for myself and I love myself. And I can also feel how other people love me through the respect and dignity they pay to me now. When I didn't love myself, I got treated like a well-worn rug. After I started loving myself and respecting myself and setting boundaries for myself, I got the respect and dignity that I needed. I might have not have got their love, but I damn sure got their respect, right? And then that's why we must love ourselves. And we have many reasons to love ourselves. We're giving, we're kind, we're gentle. And when those of us who've had men that treat us well and allow our beautiful divine feminine to shine, you know, that gives us the opportunity to be that beautiful divine feminine. But for those of us who've not been treated so well and have had to call on our divine masculine to stand up for our divine feminines within our own self, we're looked at like, So don't worry about that. You still love yourself. Hell, look at you. You were able to call on what you needed when you needed it. You manifested what you need when you needed it. Right? Your divine masculine. 7 of fire, courage facing fear. We have been through the ringer for the last few years. Courage to face fear is a beautiful gift that leads us to our destiny. Yeah, because you got to be fearless. Fearless to work for God, right? You can't care about what people think. You can't care about what people say. You are working for a whole nother authority figure in the metaphysical world that people can't see, and they are going to think that you're a nut. Okay, but I don't really sound like a nut. I sound like I've got some kind of intelligence. So, therefore, not quite a nut, but odd and different. Yeah, we're here on this planet at this time infiltrating this planet. There's 144,000 of them that are sending shockwaves to this planet, lighting up the crystal core, the crystal grids that run through the planet. We're bringing the ethers down from the high heavens, from up from the earth. I don't know where the ethers come from. Maybe another universe. I don't know. But I just know it's happening. I get news of it all the time. Wise old owl. Hermit crone. Yeah. And what's we saying here? Oh, celebrate the fire, Amazon daughter. Look, celebrate. Celebrate. We're changing the world. And we're going to see it soon. All hell breaks loose before it gets better. But they ain't going to let too much hell break loose. And we ain't fighting, right? We're just going to stand in truth. We ain't fighting. We don't want to fight. We don't want no weapons. We don't want to do anything like that. We just want to be the change we want to see. And we lead by example. Earth crone sage, love the earth. Stand up for what is right for the sake of the planet Earth. We need education. We need such education. Our people need to have one of the best educations there are. All people should have that. You know that, right? Yeah. And we're fighting for these things. We're giving birth. Look at her popping out. That fire. Okay, this makes me think of giving birth. This makes me think of giving birth. Okay? This right here makes me think of birth given, but not an easy one. Full of fire and, walking the line, maybe a difficult birth. Mother Earth's been trying to give birth for a while to this new collective consciousness of equality. People have been fighting for equality for a long, long time. 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, 1,000 years, 5,000 years. Since the pyramids, we know there were even slaves then. And we know that the goodness of God, there are several entities in the Bible when you read that Bible, but there is also a good God in there as well. There's a good one in there that wants the people to have a good land and good family. There's a good one in there. I'm sorry, when I read the Bible, I talked to many different spirits in there. And there's some that I did not like at all. Talked about bashing heads of children against the rocks. And, there's some gods that wanted, genocide. No, I don't care. That's not right. You don't destroy and kill people because you can't control them. That's not a god. That's a man. That's a man who thinks he's a god. Yeah, you don't, the God I know would never do nothing like that. My God's into learning and teaching. The God I know wants people to learn through their experiences of what feels good and what don't feel good, and be capable of knowing their emotions well enough to understand the difference. To know yourself, know thyself. Know what you like, know what you don't like, know what's good for you, know what's not good for you. Give birth to a new you. Learn to love yourself so that you can feel what's going on with yourself. When you love yourself enough and respect yourself, you will not tolerate any bullshit. Even people that don't know they're trying to give you bullshit subconsciously, you'll pick it up. They won't even know, but you will. And you'll understand it. So the divine feminine is learning to be loved, and she is having courage facing her fear and her values. And this is the journey she's been on. For there, she's learned to meditate. She's learned to call her energy back into herself and sit quietly and feel. That's what meditation is all about. Feeling. Not thinking, shutting the mind down and feeling. Yeah. So learning to be loved, gathering your courage, facing fear, meditation, chakra cleansing. Oh, holy white, holy white. Ethers. That's what the ethers look like. Etheric, ethical, etheric. To do the right thing for the right reasons. That's what God told me. Do the right thing for the right reasons. Knowing your reasons, knowing why you're doing something. Destiny. Knowing yourself. This is your destiny, divine feminine, to be loved, to have courage, to know yourself and rest in what you know through the meditation. For the empowerer, wisdom, compassion, power, not the emperor, but the empowerer. 4, isn't that beautiful? That is amazing. Dreaming the dream. I was telling my son that today, they got the thing called the collective consciousness. Some of us get up into the super high collective consciousness, and we get to move along and begin dreaming the dream. And they call them the Illuminati. Of course, many of you've heard of them. I'm not associated or affiliated with anything like that. But I did believe in a collective consciousness because of the fact that I learned it through a bunch of monkeys, a science experiment that I learned about the collective consciousness. And so this is the empowerer. She's dreaming the dream for everybody. She's dreaming the dream for everybody. And that's your destiny. Look, blowing on the winds. The dream is blowing across the land, through the wind, through the ethers, through the land, through the fruit, through the seas, floating. She's just floating on it, bringing forth the change, the winds of change. Faith, hope has led her to this point where she is the empowerer. She is there for all and everyone. And again, we talk about motherhood. This is the ultimate motherhood. Mother of the universe, mother of earth, mother of creation. Destiny. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, you want to look one more time? All the fruit under her. And she's like floating along on this airwave. And that, my friends, are the collective consciousness. It's our energies that have all gathered together over time, over millennia. They had it back in caveman days, and we know this for a fact because all the cavemen were drawing all the same pictures at all the same time all around the world. And so that told me the same thing as the baboon collective consciousness. I knew that humanity had a collective consciousness, and that once we find something that can help humanity out, and it's good for all of us, it goes out, and as many people who can receive it, that are at that level of life, will receive it, and they begin teaching others it. And it becomes something that is normal within a set amount of years. It's just normal. Everybody learns this new thing. It's almost like the adoption takes place. Check out the baboon sweet potato experiment. One baboon learned to wash its sweet potato. It was a matter, it actually prolonged the baboon's life because they were eating sand. It broke their teeth. They died younger than they needed to. So the baby baboon learned how to wash the sweet potato in the water. And after that, all the baby baboons knew how to wash the sweet potatoes. A few of the elder baboons began washing the sweet potatoes. But the wonderful thing and the miraculous thing is that baboons around the world began to be recorded as washing their potatoes or their food that had sand on it. And so when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, because I had wondered about the cavemen, did aliens travel all around the world and teach these people how to draw these things on the cave? Or did they have some kind of collective consciousness? And they were all thinking about the same thing at the same time because they were all humans. I don't want to say just alike, but because they were all in that intuition instinct thing, and it was, it was something that would benefit the tribe because now they had a way to communicate. Different people could communicate with different people by just drawing stuff on the wall. Because everybody would kind of have their own grunts language before the voice box came along. Anyway, all right, enough with history and science. But the funny thing is again, I'm going to say it. We walked around carrying a spear, as Neanderthals for 3 million years, and then all of a sudden we're drawing on the walls and we're stepping out into the place and we're farming and got civilizations going. So something miraculous happened. Something changed, and it happened fast, really fast. Like probably within 5 to 10,000 years. That's crazy on the scale of human evolution. But anyway, she's dreaming the dream, and this is her destiny, divine feminine, to begin making a way on this planet that is fair and equal for everybody, and rising up into the divine collective, which there she is, to be a leader and a guide for all, while they're learning and trying to understand and trying to overcome the old stale ways and become a new man and a new woman in the new world. Tree of Fire. And it's magical, okay? And your magical divine feminine. Three of Fire means potent magical energy. Potent magical energy. Change. And of course, we're in Scorpio season, destruction and creation all in one, one thing. And coming together and looking at what is real and what is not, what is fair, what is not, what is equal, what is not. Water. Your destiny, divine feminine, is to rise up in the truth that you know to be in your spiritual body, moving forward, speaking your truth, leading by example, being the change you want to see, transmuting and alchemizing that energy, moving it around. We know we got to move that energy around. We got to cry about it sometimes. We have to move it forward. But this ain't nothing about crying. This is beautiful. This is powerful. This is giving birth to a new world. And it's your destiny. It's our destiny. Divine feminines. It's our destiny. And that is Mother Gaia. Mother Nature, we call her. The Earth. She's so much more. She's the universe, too. She actually told me that she chose this planet, designed it billions of years ago. It's a long story. She sat on the moon and watched while it was all developed. That's what she just said to me. She sat on the moon and watched while they developed the place. Goddess consciousness rising. Eight of Swords. Goddess consciousness rising. And that is exactly what I just said. The divine feminine is rising. And it's our destiny to bring this world into a new phase, to change it up, to demand our equality, demand equality of all creatures on this planet that deserve a space, a home, equal care, equal education. Not like just like a bunch of robots, but we get to choose what kind of education we want. And we get to choose what kind of food we wish to eat. And we get to choose which kind of job we want to work for Mother Earth. equality, goddess consciousness rising. Man, I don't even know if I want to pull another card. This is just beautiful. Divine Feminine, we're going to take over the world for the future of the children, right? Because this planet is a nest. And, Mother always runs the nest the best. Unless you're a seahorse, and I hear they're awesome fathers. But we're not seahorses. We're mammals. We live on the land, and very few mammals tend to their children, and tend to the house, and tend to the cooking, and tend to things the way we do. And not to bereft men, because I couldn't go out and do the work men do for 10 to 12 hours a day either. We're all made to do something. Really, nobody should be made to go out and work 10 to 12 hours like that. No, 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 no man, no woman, nobody. Nobody. And that's abundance. We should get what we need. Nobody should have to slave like that. And some of these jobs, 4-hour days should pay for everything you do because you work your ass off while you're there. And that's what we're going to stop. That's why the Divine Feminine is rising. Because we know these things to be true. And I pray, God, that the Divine Masculine rises with us and stands side to side and shoulder to shoulder. To stand up for the people. Stand up for the future. And to stand up for our destiny that we plan, that we organize, that we collaborate together with. Yeah, that's what we need. One more card. I gotta go there now after this. I love you guys. Okay? I'm not crazy. I'm very passionate, though. Not only about myself and my family, but I'm passionate for your family, too. Because everybody deserves this. This is just something that is our inheritance and our right to be in a house, and our right to be have healthy food, and our right to a wonderful education, and our right to medical facilities of the best medications. If they quit making 3 different classes of medications, we wouldn't have so much waste. They make 3 different things of everything. And ours, usually the cheap shit falls apart in a year anyway. So they get to keep remaking. If you're rich, you can buy certain stuff for one time that's more expensive than what you would give for the cheap part, but it lasts the rest of your life. But most of us can't do that. That takes away from the rent. That takes away from, things that we need. So it's really an unfair and unequal system, and we all know it. Spirit connection. Earth Priestess Mother. That's Mother Earth telling you that. When you see me talking to you, I'm speaking for the Mother Earth. And this right here is Mother Earth saying what I just told you is from her. That I am the priestess. I am the high priestess. And I am delivering this message to you from our living Mother Earth. And yes, I do believe in the sacred. I have my sticks. I have my rocks. I love my Mother Earth. She is my specialty, and I would love to see her taken care of by the best woodsmen and experienced people all around the world. Our main concern, it should be focused on working for Mother Earth. Because everything belongs to her. She provided it all. She provided for every single thing that's out in the cities and towns and roads and streets and bicycles and flowers and gardens. She gave it for free. But some people put a fence around it, so we're going to charge for it. The tower. What a wonderful thing. The tower, bringing truth. Seeing truth, feeling truth, understanding truth. This represents the Twin Towers. They got struck in 201, and she called the Twin Towers a house of cards. Oh my God, World Trade Center, the richest people in the world, the 1%. Would you know God would bring them out? I love God. God is awesome. It's time. It's time. The tower is for them. It is for the rich and the wealthy, because we are going to come together in truth, and we are going to come together in peace, and we are going to stand strong and stand long, and they are going to know that we are right in telling the truth. Yep. I love you, Divine Feminines. I know that we're going to change the world. We're going to. And it's coming sooner than we thought. It's happening fast, right before our eyes. We see things changing, things going on, people's minds. People don't want war anymore. We don't want none of that childish schoolyard bad boy attitude of, if I can't control you, I'm going to wipe you out. Yeah, I'm going to kill you if I can't. If I can't make you do what I want you to do, then I'm going to kill you. That's so stupid. So horrible. It's so heinous. Heinous. You don't take life. You didn't give that life. You shouldn't take that life. It's not yours to take. I preach judgment. And you should too. Ask God of creation. The laws of the universe are against taking any kind of life that's not yours, that's not your choice to make. And enough people call for judgment on these war dogs, God will bring it on them. And you have hope and faith. Yeah, judgment. Judgment. Send karma their way. Let them get everything they have ever put on another innocent human being. And I'm talking about all sides, all warmongers, because it takes both sides to make a war. And for the beginners, the starters, no mercy for the merciless. For those who start bombing, and this would be my call out to the God of creation. And God knows it. Four of earth, familiars, and God is my familiar. Call out for judgment. Use your hope and faith, because now is the time to stand strong. And it is your destiny, Divine Feminine, to make magic happen. Move it, move the world, move creation, move the wheel by asking God, being brave, having courage, right? It's compassion on the ones that are innocent. Where was the courage when here? Yes. Wisdom, compassion, and power, and courage facing fear. We've been told our whole life, judge not, lest you be judged. Listen to this, darling. God will never judge you up next to a heinous, warmongering murderer. That's right. That's right. You can never do nothing that can compare like that. And I've done throw my cards all over the place. I got all upset. As you can see, I hate them with a passion. And God knows it, and God hates them too. Yeah. Anything that would take and murder innocence, steal innocence, or bring harm to anything innocent is not of human variety. It's not a human. And you can't, what can you do? If it's not human, you have to exterminate it. And that's what I'm asking God to do. And through the power of the Holy Spirit, I swear I am. I think about it. And so I pray you pray for me. And I pray that you pray God will bring judgment on them and balance our world out. Because, there are some horrible, horrible creatures on this planet that yet have to be taken to judgment. And when we all gather together and begin standing for the rights of all to be equal, that judgment will begin. It'll begin. Okay, guys, you're magical, you're powerful. Don't forget to pray for the righteous. And the righteous are those who don't want to kill others. The righteous are those who want to live a life, a happy family, have love in their hearts. The righteous are those that work hard on healing themselves every day. Our world is full of righteous people, full of them. There's a lot of good people on this planet. And I know because I met many of them while I was homeless. I used to think there wasn't, but after being homeless and God showing me the good hearts of so many people, like more people were good than ever weren't. And so just to let you know, there's a lot of good people in this world. A lot. Pray for the good people to be blessed with strength and courage. And pray for the murderers to have judgment and let God judge them. Judge them. Judge them yourself for what you see. God ain't going to hold it against you. They're murderers. And we got to cry out to the universe for judgment. Okay. I love you guys. God bless. Burn it. Burn on. I love you. Bye-bye.